All right, so something that I heard the Ruach Ha Qodesh say to me was, the world is about to change drastically, and it will not go back to the way it was. Now, with everything that's going on, it's very obvious. Like, once you wake up, it's very obvious what's going on that is spiritual. But when you are asleep, you might be, not might be, you're probably either don't care about it at all, or you just think this is just the way the world is, and oh, it's gonna get better. And let me tell you, not for everybody. Judgment's coming. It's going to get better for those who are attached to Yahuah, but so I wanted to break down the message that I heard from the Ruach Ha Qodesh, and I wanted to go over some scriptures that help to support what's going on in the world, because literally, like I said on this channel, what Yahuah has me doing is breaking down words and seeing what they really mean, because the smallest words actually mean something very deep, or it doesn't mean what you think it means, so that's something I noticed. Like, the way I do videos is different now, because Yahuah has just been helping me to be more effective in how I teach, or he's helping me to share what I've learned. All right, so yeah, so we're gonna go over a few words in that message, because there's no need to break down the whole message, just a few of the serious words, okay? So the first one, let's see. All right, so the first one we're going to do is the word world. The English word world originates from the Old English word world, which is a combination of were, meaning man, and ald, meaning age, literally meaning age of man. This Germanic, all these words are German, okay? This Germanic term reflects a concept of the human realm as distant from the divine or underworld. Other related terms include Latin mundus, meaning clean, elegant, and Greek cosmos, order, or world order. And it makes me really think about all the times where the presidents would be saying a new world order. Let's see what world means. All right. So in ancient Hebrew, the word world can be represented by several terms. The ulam and tebel, meaning the most common, okay? Ulam generally refers to a long duration of time, eternity, or the hidden, concealed, and unknown aspects of time, okay? All right, so the world is about to change. All right, so I'm not going to look up let's look up the word change. Okay, the word change has its origins in Latin and French, Old French. It entered English in the through Middle English, stemming from the Old French changer, which is self-derived from the late Latin cambere, meaning to barter or exchange, okay? This Latin root can be traced back to the earlier verb cambere, also meaning to exchange or barter. Okay, the ultimate origin is likely Celtic, possibly from the word meaning crooked or bent. Merriam-Webster's dictionary definition says drastic means acting rapidly or violently, extreme in effect or action. Drastically was, what was it, violent? All right, so if you break down, these words, the message is, so eternity, right, is about to be crooked or bent, right? It's about to get changed, right? Be crooked or bent. violently or rapidly. This is about to happen rapidly, okay, and violently. And it will not go back to the way it was. Now, that's just to give you a little bit of a deeper understanding of how serious this is. It's very important. I'm saying this to you, but this is to all of us. Like, it is so important that we are rooted and, in Yahuah. It's very, very important with what is coming. There's been many years, especially like in the older generations where people be like, oh, we're in the last days. We're in the last days. So, the more and more you hear people say that, or you've been hearing it from people for so long, you will probably, there's a lot of people that's not going to believe it. So, but listen, scripture tells you to be watchful because, if you're paying attention, you'll understand that we actually are in the last days. Yeah, in Matthew 24, starting at, we'll start at maybe 24:3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the Talmudian, which is his disciples, came to him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of the coming and of the end of the world? And Yahusha answered and said unto him, take heed that no man deceives you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Okay. And all these are the beginning of sorrows. He said all these are the beginning of sorrows. Then they shall deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you. And you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise. Hold on, let me get this, y'all. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And because the transgression of the Torah shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this Basura, which is the good news of the kingdom, shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come. When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place. Okay. Whoever reads, let him understand. Then let them which is in Yahud, the kingdom of Judah, what they call it, Judah, flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray that your flight is not in the winter, neither on the Shabbat, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Then if any man shall say to you, lo, there is Mashiach, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise many false messiahs, right? And false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, so much so that if it were possible, which means it's not, they should deceive the very elect. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. For as the lightning comes out of the east and shines even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Adam be. For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the angels be gathered together. Immediately with the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from the heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Adam in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Adam coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a shofar, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. There will be wars and rumors of wars, right? People going to be acting crazy, okay? Oh, I want to shout out one of my subscribers or viewers. She brought to my attention Zephaniah 2, right? I'm going to read you the Zephaniah 2. All right, so Zephaniah, you should go read Zephaniah. It's very short, but you should read it because this is serious. Okay, so gather together, O nation not desired, before the decree brings forth, before the days pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of Yahuah come upon you, before the day of Yahuah's anger come upon you. Seek you, Yahuah, all you meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be you shall be hidden in the day of Yahuah's anger. For Gaza shall be forsaken, and Ashkelon a desolation. They shall drive out Ashdod at the noonday, and Ekron shall be rooted up. Woe unto the inhabitants of the seacoast, the nation of Kerithim. The word of Yahuah is against you, O Canaan, the land of the Philistines, Philistine. I will even destroy you, that there shall be no inhabitant, and the seacoast shall be your dwellings, and cottages for shepherds, and folds for flocks, and the coast shall be for the remnant of the house of Yahudah. They shall feed thereupon. In the houses of Ashkelon shall they lie down in the morning. For Yahuah Alahakam shall visit them and turn away their captivity. And then when you go down, I might as well keep reading. I have heard the reproach of Moab and the revilings of the children of Ammon, whereby they have reproached my people and magnified themselves against their border. Therefore, as I live, says Yahuah Sebaot, the Elohai of Yashar'al, surely Moab shall be as Sodom, and the children of Ammon as Amorah, even the breeding of nettles and salt pits and perpetual desolation. The remnant of my people shall spoil them, and the remnant of my people shall possess them. This shall they have for their pride, because they have reproached and magnified themselves against the people of Yahuah Sebaot. Yahuah will be terrible unto them, for he will famish all the Elohai of the earth. And remember, in scripture, he calls man tiny, gods or Elohai, right? So he said, for he will famish all Elohai of the earth, and men shall worship him, everyone from his place, even all the isles of the heaven. And you can keep on reading that. When you go down to 3, it says, I have cut off the nations. Their towers are desolate. I have made their streets waste, that none passes by. Their cities are destroyed, so that there is no man, that there is no inhabitant. Listen, I'm going to leave that one right there. And then when you go to Ezekiel 35, starting at 5 through 9, it says, because you have had a perpetual hatred and have shed the blood of the children of Yashar'al by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, says Yahuah, Adonai Yahuah, I will prepare you into blood, unto blood, and blood shall pursue you, since you have not hated blood, even blood shall pursue you. Thus I will make Mount Seir, or Mount Seir, most desolate, and cut off from it. Thus I will make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passes out, and him that returns. And I will fill his mountains with the slain men in your hills, and in your valleys, and in all your rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make you perpetual desolations, and your cities shall not return, and you shall know that I am Yahuah. Your cities shall not return. Okay, that's what it says. That means that they won't be able to rebuild these cities. You know, all those movies they have, and all them video games they have. Like, I used to play this game called like The Last of Us. Like, they had the game The Last of Us, and then they got the show, right? And before I woke up, I used to watch that show. And but do you see how, like, it reminds me of like the zombies? Like, the zombies are people who are spiritually dead, like the dead walking, right? Because if you ain't got Yahuah, you're dead. You're alive, but you dead. You know, like in scripture, Yahusha says, let the dead bury the dead. So you got these zombies walking around, and all, you know, in all these movies and the Mad Max and stuff, they have these desolate kind of waste cities and empty hospitals, empty schools, and the people are going around and trying to find supplies, you know. And then they had this other show that I watched. I can't remember the name of the show, but like, what I'm saying is, everything you see on TV, they do these things because they're trying to show you, like, they're warning you, but we're looking at it like it's just entertainment. But this stuff is really about to happen. They will not be able to build their cities back up. I got one more scripture. You need to go read go read Baruch, but this is second Baruch. So basically, in the beginning of Baruch, Yerushalayim, right, the real Jerusalem, was about to get, or they had already gotten taken over, right? Yahuah gave them into the hands of the enemy because they had transgressed against him. So then Baruch was lamenting. He was very sad, depressed about what was going on. But then he fasted, and Yahuah talked to him and told him some things, right? So it says in second Baruch 39, starting at 3, it says, behold, the days come, and the kingdom and this kingdom will be destroyed, which once destroyed Zion, and it will be subjected to that which comes after it. Moreover, that also again after a time will be destroyed, and a third will arise, and that also will have dominion for its time, and will be destroyed. And after these things, a fourth kingdom will arise, whose power will be harsh and evil, far beyond those which were before it. And it will rule many times as the forest on the plain, and it will hold fast for times, and will exalt itself more than the cedars of Lebanon. And by it the truth will be hidden, okay? And all those who are polluted with iniquity, which is wickedness, right, will flee to it, will go to it, as evil beasts flee and creep into the forest. And it will come to pass, when the time of its consummation that it should fall has approached, then the principate of my Mashiach, the Messiah, will be revealed, which is like the fountain of the vine. And when it is revealed, it will root out the multitude of its hosts. I need you to understand, okay? This is not a joke. Like, I know I got a smile on my face, but this is not a joke. It's about to go down. This place, you could read. I'm not gonna tell you to go watch the movies, because I don't even watch movies no more, but it just makes me look at like everything that they have been feeding us, and really second guess like all the movies I used to watch, all the games I used to play, all the shows I used to watch. These people really know what's going on. We can't say ain't nobody warned us, because we've been warned. So all that Mad Max, because you still got the 1,000-year reign, right? All that Mad Max, all that The Last of Us, all those zombie games, all those zombie movies, all that stuff. There's a reason for it now. So prepare yourself Get yourself up underneath Yahuah. Oh, y'all, I can't stand when I can see myself. Get yourself back underneath Yahuah. Submit to Yahuah. Follow his Torah. Okay? Submit to him with your whole heart. Worship him in spirit and in truth. And then he will give you. I also, don't forget, denounce everything. Okay? All of the covenants you might have made in Christianity or whatever of religion you was in, you're going to have to denounce those things, and you submit to Yahuah. Talk to Yahuah, and he will give you a new heart and a new spirit, and he will make you want to do his commandments. He will make you want to serve him. We were created by Yahuah to serve him and worship him. I hope this video helps you, because I don't want to waste my time, and I don't want to waste your time, because time is sure running real slim, okay? Ain't much time left, okay? It ain't much time left. If you haven't already, subscribed to the channel, while we have this, right here. And please worship our Father in spirit and truth, because I can talk to you all I want, but at the end of the day, it's really about your relationship with Yahuah. I made a Patreon. I put it in the link below in case YouTube goes out, and then you'll be able to use Patreon unless Patreon goes out. But either way, make sure you always pursuing, seeking Yahuah's face. Seek Yahuah. Seek Yahuah. Worship him in spirit and truth, and that's how you will find him. Okay, and that's really all I got. Okay.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be,